Why does your chest tighten when you see mom or dad pop up on your phone screen? Why do you feel relieved when you are far away from them and exhausted when you are near? Do not let society fool you with the word filial piety. If love feels like a debt that must be paid in installments for a lifetime, then this video is the ultimate pardon you have been waiting for. That tightness in your chest does not lie. It is protecting a dark secret that we often bury deep in the basement of our consciousness, where the moral light of society cannot reach. It is a taboo truth that if spoken aloud, you fear the world will immediately sentence you as ungrateful or even crueler, a cold-blooded monster. The truth is, the natural flame of love within you has gone out. You do not feel that sacred affection that books or holiday commercials always praise. Instead, there is a cold void. When that name lights up on your screen, your body does not react with joy. It reacts as if facing a threat. Muscles tense up, breath catches, an unconditional self-defense reflex. Please understand this clearly. You do not hate them, because hate is still an intense form of emotion. Your state is far more painful than that. You are not cruel. You are simply a battery that has been drained to the point of shutdown. Welcome to House of Noor. Today, we will step into the most forbidden zone of family psychology, the right not to love the people who gave birth to you, and why that is completely okay. Let's begin by dissecting the feeling of guilt that is gnawing at you right now. There is a silent tragedy taking place. You are living your life like an A-list actor, imprisoned on a stage where the curtains are never allowed to fall. What is your role? The dutiful child, the pride of the family. You know your lines by heart. You know exactly when to smile, when to nod, when to say thank you. But let's be honest with each other. That smile has never quite reached the bottom of your eyes. On the outside, your life is a flawless piece of architecture. You visit home on holidays like an alarm clock. You transfer support money regularly, like an automated command. You sit and listen to old advice, repetitive complaints with a calm face. But inside that magnificent architecture, the foundation has rotted and is silently cracking. This is a state that psychology calls emotional exhaustion. Listen to your heartbeat. You do not feel connected. You feel like you are performing an administrative ritual. Love, by nature's design, should be a stream flowing downstream from the source, gentle and refreshing. But for you, loving your parents is like the punishment of Sisyphus, day after day. You must break your back pushing the boulder of duty up a vertical slope. Every phone call is not sharing. It is paying an emotional bill. Every family meal is not a reunion. It is an unpaid overtime shift where you must strain yourself to scan the moods of others. And the scariest thing, the thing that keeps you awake at night, is not hatred. Because hatred, after all, is still an intense emotion. It proves you still care. The truly scary thing is the void. You look at their aging faces and are horrified to realize you feel nothing. No pity, no anger, just a complete paralysis, a frozen lake that nothing can break. The judging voice in your head screams, "What kind of monster are you? Why are you so cold?" when they sacrifice their whole lives for you. But let me tell you the truth. No, you are not broken. This emotional paralysis is not a sign of a heartless heart. On the contrary, it is the final survival mechanism of a nervous system that has been gutted for too long. It is like a fuse blowing when the current overloads. To save the house from burning down. You are not ungrateful. You are simply an emotional bank that has declared bankruptcy. You have given, you have endured, you have understood. You have played the adult for decades without ever being recharged. Your calmness and coldness today are not personality traits. They are the ruins of a silent collapse that happened a long, long time ago when the child within you decided to close the door to their heart so they wouldn't be hurt one more time. Now, let's turn back the wheel of time with me, returning to the childhood home to decode how your psychological operating system was programmed. Why is loving so difficult? The answer lies in the nature of the environment you grew up in. Most likely, it was not a home, but a marketplace. We call this a transactional relationship. In that cold world, the food you ate, the bed you slept in, and the tuition fees were not the default rights of a born child. They were implied as debts, and the interest rate, the interest you had to pay, was absolute obedience and the forfeiture of your emotional autonomy. You were installed with a dangerous mindset that filial piety is an economic contract. I sacrificed to raise you. You are obligated to make me happy. Love here is not free. It has a price, and that price is your true self. But the real tragedy lies even deeper. Let me introduce you to a psychological term that will change the way you look back at your past. Parentification. Close your eyes and remember. Was it that from the time you were a small child, your tiny shoulders had to carry the secrets of adults? Were you always the buffer zone, the reluctant mediator whenever your parents fought? Or more cruelly, did you become the emotional trash can for your mother to pour her grievances and complaints about her unhappy marriage into? Or were you turned into a trophy for your father to salvage his failed ego before society? When a child is forced to play parent emotionally for the very people who gave birth to them, their childhood doesn't just end. That childhood has been murdered. You were not allowed to be weak because your parents were already too weak. You were not allowed to be carefree because there were too many troubles in the house needing your worry. From there, you developed a painful superpower called hyper-awareness. Your nervous system is as sharp as a military radar. You walk into a room, and without looking, just hearing the sound of keys placed on the table, or the door closing hard or soft, you know immediately if the weather in the house today is stormy or peaceful. You learn to read the air to survive. You adjusted your smile, your voice, to please them, to be left in peace. The maturity, calmness, and sensibleness that everyone praises you for today. Sorry to be blunt, that is not a gift from heaven. That is scar tissue of adaptation. You had to cut off your own emotional needs with your own hands, shrink your ego to make room for the giant ego of your parents. And this leads to the final devastating phenomenon, enmeshment. Imagine two trees growing close together. The roots of the big tree wrap tightly around the roots of the small tree, sucking all the nutrients, making it impossible for the small tree to stand independently. In this enmeshment, parents do not view you as a separate individual. They view you as an extension of their limbs. Your success is their medal. Your sadness is your sin. The emotional umbilical cord was never cut. This is why you feel suffocated to the point of wanting to vomit. Healthy love is like sunlight. It shines for you to grow tall and separate. But the love in the name of sacrifice that you receive, it is like a parasitic vine. It wraps tight, constricting your throat and demanding you stay forever to feed the host. Therefore, your coldness, your distance today is not cruelty. It is the desperate struggle of life. You are trying to push them away, not to hurt them. You are pushing the boulder off your chest to find a little air to breathe. You are fighting to reclaim ownership of the soul that has been invaded from the suffocation of the enmeshed relationship we just analyzed. A heartbreaking paradox arises: a split personality that you have to live with every day. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you living two opposite lives? Out there, you are an unlicensed therapist for friends. You are the most thoughtful, sensitive colleague in the company. You easily shed tears at a sad movie scene, or are moved by the pain of a homeless stranger on the street. Your heart is soft and open to the whole world. But strangely, the moment you step through the door of your parents' house, that heart suddenly turns to stone. You become grumpy, taciturn. Your eyes look away. Your voice becomes sharp or cruel unconsciously. This contradiction tears you apart from the inside. You torment yourself in the dark. Why am I such a hypocrite? Why can I be tolerant with strangers, but cruel to my own family? Let me vindicate your tormented soul. That is not fakeness. That is a matter of biological safety. You can be gentle with strangers because strangers are safe. They do not hold the map to your emotional death points. They do not trigger the alarm system in your brain. They do not use love to emotional blackmail, guilt trip you. That relationship is equal and has no risk. But with parents, the body keeps the score. Even when your reason wants to forgive, wants to be a good child, your nervous system still screams, danger. The source of trauma is near. Erect the walls immediately. That coldness, in reality, is not an offensive weapon. It is the final defensive shield. It is the shrinking reflex of a child who has been hurt too many times. Now, although grown, still trembles in fear of having the territory of their soul invaded once again. But this shield weighs 1,000 pounds, and to carry it, you must pay an extremely high price. Hyper-independence. Look back at how you live. You learned not to need anyone. You bandage your own wounds, solve your own crises, earn your own money, build your own fortress. Society applauds you as brave, as strong. But through the eyes of a psychologist, I call that a trauma response. You choose independence not because you truly want to be alone, but because you learned the bitter lesson from your family of origin that relying on others is unsafe. In your subconscious, asking for help equates to being in debt. And if you ask your parents, that debt will be charged with a cutthroat interest rate called control. Therefore, you would rather choose loneliness than be in debt. Your maturity right now is like a magnificent, majestic fortress, but the doors are bolted shut forever. You are absolutely safe inside, but you are also a prisoner of the strength you created. You dare not let anyone step deep inside, including your parents, fearing they will scramble the fragile order that you struggled to rebuild from the rubble. The most expensive price of being a sensible child, ultimately, is that you never truly got to be a child. You were forced to be an adult before you even had the chance to be a kid. Let us go to the deepest level of your psychology, where the true pain resides. The reason you feel tormented is not because you stopped loving them, but because you are going through a brutal psychological process called grieving the living. Usually, we only mourn when someone passes away. But for children of dysfunctional families, we have to mourn our parents while they are still sitting there, eating dinner with us. You are not crying for the person they are now. You are crying for the father, the mother, that you should have had, but never did. You cry for the child inside you, the child who waited for an apology, a hug, an understanding, but never received it. For all these years, you have been like a person carrying a bucket to a dry well every day. You hope, maybe today there will be water. Maybe today they will change. Maybe today they will understand me. But that well has been dry for a long time, and you're continuing to drop the bucket down only scrapes your hands. The fact that you feel you no longer love is actually the moment you decided to let go of the rope. That is not cruelty. That is radical acceptance. Radical acceptance is when you look straight at the naked truth. They are who they are. They will not change. They are incapable of giving me the love I need. It hurts, but it is also liberation. When you accept that the hardware store doesn't sell bread, you will stop being angry at the shopkeeper. When you accept your parents are emotionally limited, you will stop expecting them to become sages or a safe harbor. You recall your energy. You stop investing emotion into an investment that always loses money. Your current state of coldness is the peace of stopping false hope. You are not evil. You are just cleaning up the ruins of a broken dream to start building your own reality. The wound from the family of origin does not just lie still in the past. It creates echoes in how you love and make friends today. Do you often feel suffocated when someone wants to step too deep into your life? You crave closeness, but as soon as someone approaches, your defense mechanism sounds the siren. Watch out. Closeness means loss of freedom. Love means being controlled. This is the sequel of enmeshment. Because you never had boundaries with your parents, you fear that any intimate relationship will swallow your identity. But also, from that pile of ashes, you possess a special ability, sharp, emotional intelligence. Because you had to play parent to your parents, you became an extremely thoughtful friend and lover. You are sensitive to the pain of others. You are a lighthouse for friends to find when there is a storm. And this is the time we need to redefine the concept of home. In the West, there is a beautiful concept called chosen family. We are often taught that blood is thicker than water, but modern psychology tells you that safety is more important than bloodline. Family is not a fixed noun defined by DNA. Family is a verb. Family are the friends you choose to share your life with. It is the close friend who listens to you at 2 a.m. without judgment. It is the partner who respects your boundaries. It is anyone who makes your nervous system feel safe and seen. You do not need to try to repair the old house that has rotted. You have the right to build a new house. Do not feel guilty when you find peace outside the family gate. That is not betrayal. That is evolution. You are finding your way back to your true tribe, where you are loved for who you are, not for the role that you were forced to play. Finally, I want you to view your apathy under a new light. That is not a defect. That is a medal for the war you silently fought alone for decades. The cracks in your soul, where old-fashioned love could not fill, are now space for you to pour in the liquid gold of self-awareness. You are not a bad child. You are a cycle breaker. The river of family trauma has flowed through many generations, but it stops with you. You accept the pain so as not to pass that enmeshment down to the next generation. You accept the reputation of being cold to protect your own sanity. That is the bravest act. Today, as an observer of the soul, I send you the permit you have waited for your entire life. You do not owe your parents love. Love is a gift, not a debt. You have the right to be grateful for life, but refuse their control. You have the right to set boundaries, to protect the child within. Stop looking back with guilt. You have paid enough of a price for the ticket into life with your own childhood already. Do not try to heal a dead relationship. Focus on building living connections. Become the best father, the best mother to your own self, because you deserve to be loved, not because you are obedient, not because you are useful, but simply because you are you. Now, take a deep breath and let's perform the most courageous act of this journey, healing. I want you to close your eyes. Imagine the child within you, the child of the old days, sitting huddled in the corner of the room, waiting for footsteps, waiting for a hug that never came. That child is still cold. The cold does not come from the weather, but from the absence of the warmth of connection. Step towards that child. Do not wait for your parents to do this. They cannot and never will. You, the adult of the present, kneel down, spread your arms wide, and hold that child tight. Whisper to them, "It's okay. I am here. I see you. I cherish you, and I will protect you." Fill that void yourself. Become the gentle father, mother that you yearned for all your life. Use your own love to warm the places in your soul that turn to stone. And when the child within you has been comforted, lift your head and look at your parents once again. But this time, do not look at them with the resentful eyes of a victim. Look at them through the eyes of God, the eyes of ultimate clarity, under the light of the naked and forgiving truth. What will you see? You will no longer see the terrifying giants who used to control your life. You will see pitiful, crippled souls full of wounds. Remember, hurt people. Your parents, before becoming your jailers, were also once hurt children. They were also abandoned, judged, or abused by their parents. They grew up with a soul full of holes, but didn't have the luck you have today. They didn't have knowledge, didn't have the internet, didn't have anyone to show them how to heal. They gave you everything they had. It is just a pity that what they had in their hands were only sharp shards in fear. They couldn't teach you how to love, because they themselves never learned that language either. When you see this truth, the resentment will slowly fade, giving way to a deep sorrow. They are truly pitiful. They are imprisoned in the prejudices, in pain of the old generation. They lived an entire life without ever truly touching happiness or genuine connection. Forgiving them does not mean you have to return to endure the toxicity. No, forgiveness means you cut the chain of hatred, binding 2 generations. Forgiveness, it means you look at them, nod goodbye to the past, and say, "I understand your pain, but this pain stops here. It will not flow further into my life." Put down the stone of judgment, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. The journey to heal root traumas has never been an easy path. It is lonely, bumpy, and full of doubts, but you do not need to walk that path alone anymore. If this video touched a place deep inside you, if it named the pains you never dared to speak, then this is the signal that you have found where you belong. Press the subscribe button right now, not just to support the channel, but to turn this place into a safe haven for your soul. Here, we do not judge. We listen, analyze, and together rediscover our most brilliant selves. I am Noor, the one who will accompany you on this journey. See you again at the deeper levels of the mind.